Nevada. Check it out.
It's a desert.
It's like a desert here.
With some homes.
You want to hear some cool stuff about Nevada?
Yeah.
Area 51 is rumored to have housed the development of the first stealth bomber and alien and UFO research facilities.
I'm telling you, they got aliens in there, like, like in those, whatever type of fluid that keeps them alive doing research. And then we're hooked up little electrodes to their brain.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know that? I'm serious.
No.
I'm serious.
Paul knows a lot about this whole alien abduction thing and Area 51 because he spends a lot of time circling Uranus and trying to knock off Klingons. We're here to see Kendra. Kendra's the woman who had Pectus Excavatum, the chest wall deformity, which was treated with a breast augmentation and now has a problem with her breast implant surgery on top of an underlying chest wall deformity. Pectus excavatum, due to the improper development of the ribs and the chest bone itself, causes a chest wall concavity. If it's only a cosmetic deformity, it may not be worth undergoing a very painful and risky Pectus excavatum correction procedure.
Oh, hi.
Oh, yeah. Terry
Mike,
Dubrow.
pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Dr.
Hi,
Nassif.
pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nice
Come
to
on
meet
in.
you.
And I will lead you to Kendra.
Terry Dubrow, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Hi, Dr. Nassif.
Nice to meet you.
This is her mom, Debbie.
I can
This is
see
my
the
mother. I'm the
resemblance.
mom.
Hi, Dr. Nassif.
Nice to meet you.
Terry Dubrow, pleasure.
It's hard to believe that the doctors are here. They came all the way from LA to see me. They're here in the house, and I'm just really excited.
So how long you guys been married?
7.5 years,
And you have 2 kids?
2 kids.
I'm feeling nervous because I don't know what to expect. I know I potentially have a serious condition, and that scares me.
So you have Pectus excavatum.
I do.
Take us back before you had any surgery, before your breasts even developed. Mom, I mean, when she was born, was there a chest wall deformity?
It never occurred to me that she was deformed. And as she was growing up, she would say, Mom, I have a dent in my chest.
Okay.
No, like I've never known any different.
Yeah. Tell us about your breast development then.
When I would put a bra on, there was always maybe like a 1-inch gap at the bottom. And in gym class, you see other girls in bras and theirs lays flat. And that's when I'm like, Mom, what's up with that? She's like, you just have cleavage. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then when they were growing, they kind of, instead of like growing this way, they kind of, because it was caved in, kind of.
So your nipples are pointed more like that?
Yeah.
Growing up, I think I always wanted bigger breasts to hide everything that was going on under my chest. The bigger the boobs, the more they hide.
A friend of ours had used this plastic surgeon, and her boobs, they looked great, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll use their doctor. That's when he tells me I have Pectus excavatum.
When the doctor diagnosed me, it was like, ha, I knew it. I knew something was wrong with me this whole time.
How do they look?
They're so ball-like, and they just exaggerate the Pectus excavatum. I try to just always at least wear a sports bra when I'm at home, because if I bend over, the implant flips.
Okay.
I called him and her crying. It's like, there's no way I'm ever gonna get this fixed.
Right.
It's just hard to see your wife being someone who's trying to constantly having to think about that, whether it's pain or just the way she has to dress.
Are you in pain all the time?
Pretty much.
I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed to even show my husband my breasts. I don't want him to see him. I want him to see me at my best.
What about fixing the pectus?
I would absolutely get the surgery if my heart and lungs were at risk.
And
If
that's
they're not,
fine.
I'm not gonna risk it.
We should maybe order a CAT scan.
Okay.
Okay.
And look at the association between the chest wall and the underlying organs and structures.
Okay.
That would probably be helpful. I really needed to get a CAT scan to see if there's any impingement on the heart and the lungs and whether that's resulting in a significant functional deformity. Put this on, open in the front. Let's see what's going on with you, okay?
All right.
I need to do a very careful physical exam to assess what's going on with her chest wall deformity and what contribution is being brought by her plastic surgery complication in order to know best how to help her. Why don't you sit down and we'll have a look. First thing we want to look at is your chest wall. So it's more severe on your right side than your left. In Kendra's case, I have a feeling it's not very severe, and the best course of action may be to treat her breast implants to minimize the cosmetic appearance of her chest wall problem. And these are very large. They look stressed. Veins are sort of complaining. You have two things going on. One was induced by birth, and that's the pectus, and one was induced by not the greatest surgery in the world. One option is take them out, put a smaller pair back in there, but then I think we get into a little bit of an elevated risk of loss of nipple.
I mean, so what is your gut feeling?
So my gut feelings tells me that the best course of action is to be really smart. I want to go in, I want to take these implants out, just let things breathe for a little while. Then do a second stage where we can do a lift.
Having 2 surgeries, I'm gonna be without breasts completely for a while. That scares me.
We would like to help save your breasts for you. You know, that's the least we can do for you guys.
Thank you very much.
You know.
Thank you.
Kendra has a significant breast implant deformity. The best case scenario is to do her in 2 stages so that I really understand how the pectus will affect the potential cosmetic result and give her the result that she really wants to have.
Those were angry-looking veins.
That's a mad breast.
And you don't frequently ask for a second stage.
No.
What do you think your risk of a complication of nipple compromises?
I think
a lot higher.
I think it's a lot higher. I think the chance that I won't get a good cosmetic result is a lot higher. I think the chance that the scars will heal poorly is higher. I mean,
Too many red flags.
Too many things. It's just too much.
So you gotta let that breast calm down.
Yeah.
I think that is a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's go have a little lunch, cruise the strip.
Yeah.
Ready? Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, cool.
I know, that's where we're going.
Oh, wow. I love magic shows.
Woo! Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hey guys, my name is Penn.
Hi, Paul Nassif.
Terry, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Teller.
Pleasure to meet you.
Paul Nassif.
So you guys have been together how many years?
40 years. 40 years
40.
as of last summer we've been working together.
We've been working together for about half that time. I can't imagine working with you for 40 years.
I do love you.
By the way, in 40 years, you imagine how far your ear hair will grow in 40 years? I mean, disgusting.
Want us to show you something?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd love to.
You take the ball, place it in your hand, vanish it, and it appears underneath the cup. Now that's the way it's done all the way around the world. You just take the ball, you place it in your hand, you vanish it, and it appears underneath the cup. Here's a variation Teller came up with, where he takes the ball, places it in his hand, then shows you underneath the cup, yet it still appears underneath the cup.
Very
See, it's
cool.
always done with 3 cups and 3 balls. To the center ball, place it in a cup. To the 2 side balls, you put them away, and they still appear underneath the center cup. Now, I started out as a juggler, not a magician. And we do a little bit of juggling over here. There's a giant ball under the center cup, 1 more on either side. And of course, for the finish, since we're American, it's a baseball.
All right. Awesome. That's a very cool trick. But Penn and Teller, you want to really impress me? Make this guy disappear. That was great.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I mean, what I want to do is come back and actually watch the whole show.
You should watch the whole damn show.
Maybe he can come on stage, you can make his man boobs disappear. All right, thanks a lot.
Pleasure, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
If you stop talking, we can be together for 40 years.
So tell me what's up.
They're going to remove the implants.
And then they're just gonna let the skin heal so that it kind of retains its old shape.
I know how risky an operation this could be and is. I feel a little nervous, but also at ease because I know I'm in the best hands.
I'll be so excited when this is just all done and I can live a normal life again, play with the kids.
And then maybe you guys can have your wedding that you've wanted to have.
Someday.
When Mike and I first got married, we just went down to the courthouse and got married. A few months after, we kind of started talking about having a real wedding. I kept the dress in my closet and it's been there for 5 or 6 years now. After I got my breast augmentation, there's no way that dress was gonna fit. And even if it did, it just wouldn't look like I would want it to look. I would like to eventually have a vow renewal with Mike. I think after I have this surgery, I think it's gonna help a lot.
This is definitely a step in the right direction.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How do you feel?
Good.
Good. Are you nervous?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I have your CAT scan, okay? And
Okay.
on your CAT scan, your pectus doesn't impede the lungs. It's not anywhere near the heart. So the need for the Nuss procedure is sort of out the door, which is good, okay? Kendra's chest wall deformity, the Pectus Excavatum, is not significant enough that she would require a medical procedure like the Nuss operation, which is to put a bar underneath to pop out the Pectus Excavatum. Let me ask you a question. If I do get in there and I feel that's safe, do you want me to go ahead and do maybe the definitive operation?
If you feel safe doing it, I feel better about that.
Okay. Today with Kendra is really all about collecting information. I want to know about her skeletal layer in terms of the pectus and how deep it is. I want to know about the soft tissue layer, how thin it is, how much scar tissue there is or is not in the inside, and what really happened to give her this kind of significant breast deformity. In this first stage of Kendra's surgery, I'll make an incision on the bottom of her breast and remove her implant, which will give the distressed tissue and skin some much needed time to recuperate and hopefully contract and prepare for the second stage of surgery.
Kind of seems like they're screaming to be taken out.
They are. They really are. All right, first let's assess the pocket. So she has reasonable soft tissue thickness. Look at that.
Well, that's good.
I'm very pleased to see that Kendra has a good amount of soft tissue because thin tissue overlying a dented Pectus Excavatum is a potentially very dangerous situation. Here's the implant. Oh my gosh, it's a 500cc implant. Look how overinflated that is.
Way overfilled.
Let's see what it has. Will you tell us? So a 500cc implant should be inflated to max 550 or 560. Right. Anything above that increases the chance it'll rupture.
690.
690. She has very overfilled saline implants, which helps to explain probably why she's developed a significant complication and why a lot of the overlying tissue has thinned out. The skin above the areola is extremely thin. The chance of losing the nipple is so extraordinarily high. We're hopeful that skin will contract and allow me to do much less lifting at much less risk to her breast tissue and her nipple. Too risky to do implant replacement and a lift today. Not gonna do that. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Hi.
How are you?
Fabulous.
Good, it's been a little while.
Yes.
Okay, so we took the implants out. You had breasts in distress.
Yes. It's been 1 month since my last surgery. Today I'm mostly excited just to get some fullness back in my chest and look like a normal person.
Now look at this, yeah. This is good. Okay, you really thickened up. Your breasts look healthy. They look happy.
They are happy.
Don't they?
So much better, yes.
Right? I'm really happy to see that Kendra's soft tissue has thickened up really nicely and the blood supply looks to be greatly improved from the first stage. And I'm pretty optimistic going from this point forward. Here's your little pectus situation. Okay. Some people might accept a little bit of droopiness, but the less droopiness you have, the less noticeable your chest wall situation will be. So.
Yeah, it's more noticeable right there than I've ever seen it.
My grandmother bought me a wedding dress and I never got to wear it. I hate how the dress looked on me. It didn't really fit over my boobs. So one of the things I'm hoping to do when I get fixed is put on my wedding dress.
This can be great.
Good job.
Right, Mom? Yeah, let's do this. I think it's really important that I put the breast implant in a particular location with the lift that camouflages her congenital deformity as much as possible because her Pectus Excavatum is actually really significant. For Kendra's second surgery, I'm going to begin by opening up the breast pocket and then I'll put in appropriately sized implants for Kendra's body and perform a lift, hoping to mask her chest wall deformity. The first thing we're going to do is open up the incision below the areola and enter into her old implant pocket. So look at her pectus. It's really a right-sided pectus. If this pectus deformity was on her left side, it would reduce her cardiac output. But the fact that it's mainly on her right side allows her more room for her heart to beat. What I'm going to try to do is fix the Pectus Excavatum with the breast implant surgery. The problem is it's going to be really complicated, and I'm not even sure if it's possible. Let's go ahead and put the 270 on the left. That's a beautiful new generation implant. Very safe. What?
It's so cute.
This will go right up against the chest wall deformity that she was born with. I'm gonna have to do the lift and the placement of the implants more upward and medial in order to cover as much of that chest wall deformity as I possibly can. So when you're doing a breast lift, it basically consists of removing the skin wherever you want to tighten the breast envelope. So you're preserving all the soft tissue below the skin, but you're removing the skin itself. So far, I've got good breast shape, good symmetry, and I've hidden as much of the pectus as I possibly can. But Kendra's really a setup for a significant complication due to the reduced blood supply and thin skin. So I'm not celebrating anytime soon. She's really got a long way to go before she heals. Let's put some dressing on, and let's get her into recovery, okay?
Growing up, I always knew there was something wrong with my chest. There was a gap between them, so I sought out plastic surgery, thinking maybe if I got some implants, it would fill in that void. I started feeling pain. When I would lay down, the implant would shift. If I would lie on my back, one would fall into my armpit. Until today, I feel confident. I feel like when I don't have my shirt on, I can walk by a mirror, look at myself and smile instead of looking at myself and cringing. Today, we will be renewing our vows. I will be wearing the wedding dress that my grandmother gave me.
There she is. Look at your mommy.
Oh, look how pretty.
She looks awesome, doesn't she? Is mommy beautiful?
She's pretty.
Oh, she looks amazing.
Look at her
Gorgeous.
pretty dress.
I couldn't imagine wearing this wedding dress with my old set of breasts, and I'm very grateful.
Mommy, you look like a princess.
Oh,
Thank you. It feels so good to have my new breasts in my wedding dress, pain-free, tiny.
I think where it all started,
culminates.
like 8 years ago, from a simple surgery turned into a nightmare, turned into a dream.
She looks so gorgeous wearing that dress. And with the improvements and the surgery that she's had, she just wears it with so much confidence, and it's amazing.
We're gathered here today to renew the vows of Kendra and Mike. Love is a beautiful and incredible force, trumps hate and judgment, and you have formed a truly beautiful union. Do you have anything that you'd like to say?
I would just like to say how thankful I am for her being my wife. For the past 8 years, being married have been wonderful. We have 2 great kids, and I thank you for them every day. And I'm a very lucky man. I feel so proud of her for all that she's endured, all that she's had to go through, and I'm just really proud to be her husband, and she's an amazing wife.
You're my best friend. You're the greatest father I could ask for our children. We've built a beautiful life together and have shared so many memories, and I look forward to many, 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 many more.
By the power vested in me, I'd like to pronounce you husband and wife yet again. You may kiss the bride.
I love you so much.
Love you. I have never, ever in my life felt so beautiful as I have today. I feel so grateful for Dr. Dubrow and what he's done for me. I feel more confident now. I feel beautiful again.
Let's go party.